Hello guys, the important news for January 23, 2025. We have a lot of articles to discuss, and this is now no longer an editorial series. This is like detailed GS notes for your prelims, mains and interview and for all competitive exams. And those who are not enrolling to these PDFs later will regret, okay, because now we are giving it a golden offer price of just $399 for 2 years, okay, meaning 500 days daily you will get this notes. Okay, this videos as of now in YouTube it's free, but we will be stopping it, and then only the people who have paid, they will be getting daily basis notes and PDF. And this cumulative, if you study for 500 days, you are going to clear any exam in this planet. Okay, that much content is going to be there. Like here example, today we are going to discuss what are critical minerals, what are rare earth elements, a black hole which is feeding on itself, so there is a limit which that can hold. Then there is this Chandra X-ray Observatory, James Webb Space Telescope. Then the Republic Day, the Kerala tribal king, the only tribal king in Kerala, he is going to attend that. Beti Bachao Beti Padhao is completing 10 years. Russia shot down a civilian aircraft in Azerbaijan. Then there is insurgency in Syria. So if you see GS 1, 2, 3 and sometimes the ethics content, the essay content, each day 9 to 10 articles. So 500 days means 5,000 plus topics you are going to study, static and current affair. There will be like this much content you will never get anywhere else. Okay, so try to enroll and get these kind of PDFs every day in your inbox, and you will be seeing that a drastic change will be there in the marks you are going to get in each exam. Okay, the feedback is excellent from students, and those who are enrolled, I will tell you that you made your best choice and you will not regret this. Okay, you are going to get daily notes like this and you will be clearing the exams very soon. So the very first article, tribal king in Kerala is set to participate in the Republic Day parade. Okay, so this person is actually from a community in Kerala, which is the Mannan community. Okay, so this person, Raman Rajamannan, the head of Mannan community, is the only tribal king in Kerala and is going to participate in the Republic Day parade. And this is the very first time a tribal king is going to attend this. Okay, so the invitation was given from the Ministry of Tribal Affairs and Ministry of Welfare Department. Everybody had asked him, and they will take care of the travel expenses. And on January 26th, the parade, he will be there, and he will be returning to Kerala on February 2nd. Okay, he will also be meeting the president and other prominent leaders and visiting the important historical sites there in Delhi. Okay, so this is a very good thing for our tribal, like recognition of tribal community and showcasing their traditions. And the king also will be assisted by their ministers and soldiers, and also it will be like a very royal kind of visit. Okay, so this people, Mannan community, are primarily settled in the area near the Idukki Wildlife Sanctuary at Koyimala, Kerala. Okay, that is the place there. So about that wildlife sanctuary, also some static facts I have put here. So it is in the Western Ghats. There is hilly terrain, dense forest, vegetation is there. The Periyar river is flowing through that, and there is elephant, tigers, leopards, deer and other species. It is a part of the Western Ghats, which you know is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a biodiversity hotspot. It's a popular ecotourism site where bird watching and people come there. Okay, so that is the significance of that. Culturally also the significance of that tribe is there, and historically they are a very unique tribe. They have a tribal king, which is the only tribal king I told you. So we have to recognize and honor them, and then bring such events, such people to the limelight, and give them honor and recognition to take our culture forward. Okay, now the second article, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, the scheme has completed 10 years because it was implemented, or you can tell it was launched in 2015. Okay, 2015 the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme was launched. And just give me a second, just let me adjust this. Okay, yeah, so it was launched in 2015 in Haryana. Okay, Haryana is the state which has the least, you can tell, child sex ratio, meaning how many, like suppose there are 1,000 boys being born, there may be only 800 girls are born. Okay, live birth. So meaning the girl child is being killed, or maybe they are doing abortion. So that problem was there. But in Kerala and all, if you take, it will be like more, maybe it will be more than 1,000, and all the girl child will be there. So that is the child sex ratio. So that declining trend was there in Haryana, and that is why a tri-ministerial effort of this scheme was launched, where Women and Child Development, the Health and Family Welfare, and the Ministry of Education, all three came together to implement this scheme, which is this Beti Bachao Beti Padhao. Okay, so now here the key components of the scheme we'll see, which you can see on the screen, that we have this preconception and prenatal diagnostic techniques. Okay, this will be to see that there is no abortions based on like sex selective abortion, and the nationwide they did a campaigning so that you can promote the value of the girl child, gender equality, gender bias should not be there, all these things. And they focused on initially 100 district which has the lowest child sex ratio. That is how they very cleverly strategically planned it. Okay, and we see the result there. There is improvement in child sex ratio at birth. There is like improving from 918 in 2014-15 to 930. Okay, compared to 1000 boys, 930 girls are there now. So that is improved in the overall national level strategy. If you see, even the girl enrollment in secondary education from 75% it improved to 78%. Institutional deliveries it increased from 61% to 97%, and the pregnancy care and all these things in each 3 months when you do that also increased from 61% to 80.5%. So all these data exactly like this in your mains answer you have to write, because there has been instances where UPSC ask you to define the progress of a scheme in India. Okay, when they ask you, you have to write statistics like that. So change in social attitude is also there. People are recognizing the value of a girl child. And then the district which had historical law all have now improved because of their public participation, government intervention. So the Prime Minister has told remarks, the Home Minister has told remarks, and the Health Minister also has told remarks that everywhere improvement has happened. So that is the status about the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. Now a science article, black hole, you know, it is something like a very like a dense kind of thing where everything gets attracted to it, everything like feeds into it. Okay, but what if the limit of the black hole exceeds and now it no longer can feed anything into it? That about that we have an article today. Okay, there is a you can tell a black hole, a unique black hole. The name they have given is LID 568. Okay, this is by the James Webb Space Telescope and the Chandra X-ray Observatory. That about statistics I'll teach you. So this which is like a very old one also, meaning approximately 1.5 billion years after the Big Bang, which created the universe, meaning when the universe was about 11% of its current age, that time this was this black hole was formed. And the mass, if you see, it's a low mass supermassive black hole. Okay, meaning 10 million times the mass of the sun, consuming 40 times the Eddington limit. This limit only I told you. Eddington limit is the balance point where when the black hole is there will be a like inward pressure and an outward pressure, right? When that balance exceeds, when that limit exceeds, okay, the outward pressure of radiation from the infalling material, meaning something is falling into it, there will be an outward pressure that equals the inward gravitational pull of the black hole. So that inward and outward, when it balances, that limit it is crossed like 40 times more than that it is crossed. That is the case of this particular black hole. Okay, you don't have to go too much deep into it. This much definition what I've given is enough for a UPSC aspirant. Okay, if you're giving some IIT JEE and all, you can go more deep, but now for you this much is enough. So black hole is one of the farthest identified with such properties. Okay, we have many black holes which are far away, but this Eddington limit to 40 times, this is one of the farthest one which you have discovered. Okay, and so that again when it crosses too much, it will be called as the super Eddington accretion. Okay, meaning that limit which it can hold, that is getting over. The feeding, it is feeding too much and it is over consuming, you can tell. So like this, whatever previous cases were there, everything it has exceeded, and such extreme growth rate questions the long held theory of black hole feeding behavior, meaning scientific community will have a limit or knowledge like, okay, this much maybe black hole can consume, but it is exceeding all that. Okay, whatever we know about it, it's exceeding all that, and that is why it is important. So about little bit about the black hole formation and all, it can be like maybe because of the death of early star, and they will form something called the light seeds. Light seeds means it is the weight around 10 to 100 solar sun's masses. Okay, or it can be collapsing of big clouds, gas clouds, which is forming heavy seeds, that is 1000 to 1 lakh solar masses. So these are just technical terms, light seeds, heavy seeds, what is the size of it and all, just showing you. Okay, so now black hole is now gaining mass because of this extreme feeding as per this example, and it is affecting the host galaxy also. Okay, when there is a black hole, there will be a galaxy also in which it is there, where different stars and everything is there. So this much powerful overfeeding and all is happening, which can maybe disrupt even the star formation in that galaxy. Okay, so how, if UPSC in prelims ask a question like black hole can affect the formation of stars in that galaxy, it is a true statement. Okay, it can even change the complete environment and evolution because of the overfeeding or the inward and outward radiation which is emitting. Okay, so now how this was observed through the NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory, and it was followed up by the JWST, okay, the telescope, where it revealed more details of it about the exceptional feeding behavior. And the combined use of these two are going to give you a lot of information because both of them operate in different wavelength. Okay, one is an infrared and one is an X-ray observatory. So both of them gives you too much knowledge, and in future also they are going to research on that only. How long can a black hole sustain this super Eddington limit, and what fraction of black holes experience such extreme feeding? Meaning, is this only one or there are many such things in the universe? Okay, so researchers are going to study more on this, and we will again come to see more and more things about this. And if you see about the telescope, okay, this and all, those who get the PDFs can zoom and read it. It is just a outlay of what all is there. There is a mirror, there is a secondary mirror, primary mirror, there is an instrument, there is a solar power array. This is general things usually for every telescope, but here again James Webb Space Telescope specific, I have given you the picture. Okay, and again if you take some details about it, okay, just for your prelims, it is to observe the earliest galaxy, study the star and planet formation, and explore the atmospheres of exoplanet. Okay, and it has a 6.5 meter gold coated beryllium mirror which is in infrared spectrum, and it is placed in the Lagrange point L2. Okay, this Lagrange point and all in another video I have already done. In future I will again do L1, L2, L3. These are different points in which you place our satellites or our telescopes and all. So at different places it will be stable. So in L2 you will get a stable environment without any interference from other bodies or other space features. Okay, that is why you place it L2. And this project is an international collaboration by NASA, ESA and the Canada Space Agency. Okay, so it's a global mission, and it is like significantly discovering lot of early galaxies, the star formation in this Carina Nebula, all these things it's happening, and it is helping us learn a lot. Okay, this is the JWST telescope. Then we have the Chandra X-ray Observatory, which also has, if you see, solar array is there, high resolution camera is there, science instrument is there, spectrometer is there. Okay, this mirror assembly, everything. Okay, this and all you don't have to by heart, but you should have an idea like these are the parts of the Chandra X-ray Observatory. Okay, so it's a space-based observatory which is in the space, and it will be studying the X-ray emissions from all the celestial bodies like black hole, neutron stars, the supernova, galaxy clusters, everything. So it was launched in 1999, so it's like more than 25 years it has been helping us discover many things. And if you see, it has this exceptional sensitivity and angular resolution because of its camera angles and everything. In X-ray frequency, it will try to tell us information about the dark matter, black hole and cosmic explosion. Okay, so it is giving lot of information about supermassive black holes like Crab Nebula is there here, the Perseus cluster is there, all these things in the dark era, there we can get the information. Okay, so primarily this is a NASA mission, but it is collaborating with all the world space agencies also. Okay, so this is about the science article. Now unfortunate thing happened that, you know, the war is going between Russia and Ukraine. So a normal civilian aircraft was going towards Russia from Azerbaijan, okay, another country, Azerbaijan, and it crashed because of like Russia's shootout, and it fell in Kazakhstan area. Okay, so many people died, many people injured, and it's a very unfortunate incident. So about that, about historically whether such incidents have been happening. Okay, the location exactly is this Aktua near Kazakhstan, where because of the Russian anti-aircraft defense system, it thought it is a threat and it shot it down. Okay, and there was fog also. There is this GPS spoofing also, where like you can tell like GPS may be sometimes manipulated, and then the machines or the devices will misjudge it as a enemy plane and then shoot it down. Okay, like that historically also, if you see, Korean airlines was shot down by a Russian aircraft in 1983. The Iran flight was shot down by USA in 1988. Then here if you see next one, a surface-to-air missile from Baghdad, Iraq, it also had a plane incident. Indian Air Force M17 helicopter, where India's own defense system had shot down ours while doing some testing during the Balakot operations and all. Malaysia Airlines have been shot down by again Russian-backed forces. So this is like a repeat thing, or like every 5 years, every 10 years, we are seeing that a civilian thing is getting destroyed because of misjudgment and all. And so here, as I told the reasons, this GPS spoofing is there, signal jamming is done by the terrorist groups and all, and many areas, especially Pakistan, Afghanistan, Myanmar, these are the areas in which the airspace is like not very secure. Okay, and civilian aircraft is facing this because of the defense systems error, and the terrorist group because of their different machines and weaponry and GPS spoofing and all. So, and many another thing is, I told you, they don't even respect the international borders during this war and all these things. They just do whatever they feel. So we need to, like in India's perspective, we have to give proper training to the pilot. We have to handle the GPS errors. We have to, because we are rapidly expanding our aviation market. Like how much people traveled in plane before 2014 and now 2014 and 2025, it's like huge differences there. That many new airports have come, that many new airlines have come, planes have come. So in that hurry, you are forgetting that you are like compromising on the skills of the pilot, or maybe the rules and regulations, or the equipments which you need during mountainous flights and all. Everything, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation in India, they have to see to it, because most often we see that their responses itself are inadequate. It is not like to the point. So many more incidents like these will happen, and so we have to improve on that. We have to work on that, is what the suggestion is given. So learn from past incidents, because the major powers, USA, Russia and all, is involved always in shooting down these by mistake or purposely or whatever. So we have to close all the gaps in the security, training, regulation, communication and all, and it's like urgently needed. Okay, urgently it has to be done. International bodies are there, the International Civil Aviation Organization. They have to bring in stricter regulations. They have to forcefully ask all the countries to bring out a new guideline and new draft rules and all, so that it is again suiting the new era. Okay, new 2025 conditions it has to suit. So government and regulators has to come together. They have to bring in transparency. They have to acknowledge the growing risk in this, and they have to balance the growth and the safety together. Okay, that is about the article on safety. Now about all this, you are now reading articles. Okay, these PDFs who are enrolled also, you are reading for mains, but for prelim specific, if you need MCQs and answers, you have to enroll to these packs. Okay, whichever pack you need, enroll to it. You will not regret. Okay, that many questions, answers, 4 options, the news link, everything is given monthly basis. If you read this, by exam time you will be totally ready for your prelims. Okay, so try to enroll quickly, because the offers are all expiring. Now about critical minerals and rare earth elements. So these are nothing but the naturally occurring elements only, like we have the lithium or cobalt and all these things, but they are critical. They are critical for the economic development, the nation's security, energy transition, and also they have a supply risk. It's not like in bulk you have available. It's very rare, and still you need it on a daily basis for your different things. So domestically, India, is very resource rich. We have a lot of resources, but we don't have the proper exploration techniques, the mining, the refining capabilities, and also the rules and regulations are not correct, because government of India already identified 30 critical minerals. Okay, but it is not being able to explore it properly. We also established something called the Kabil, okay, the Khanij Bidesh India Limited, so that we can secure overseas supply also of these minerals. But still, we are not able to do it properly. The 30 minerals I'll show you, these are the 30 ones which I've identified. You can just pause and read it, or if you are enrolled, this PDF would have already reached your inbox. Okay, in your email, you would have got it yesterday itself. So these are the 30 ones which are critical minerals. And so in UPSC prelims, if they ask, you should know this 30 of them, the names you should know. So here, the characteristics, if you see, it's needed, I told you, for high-tech applications in semiconductor batteries, the renewable energy, aerospace, electronics. Okay, and it's often sourced from few countries only. As of now, limited countries are supplying this, because they only have the techniques and the bandwidth to sell this to other countries. And then there is no substitution for this. These are very unique property kind of minerals that you cannot replace it with anything else. Okay, and for clean energy, communication technology, everywhere it has high economic importance. Now, some examples, again just listed some of them with their application. Lithium for batteries and energy storage system, cobalt again for battery production and aerospace components. Rare earth elements are there, which I'll show you again some list after this, where again for wind turbines and defense technology you need. Then tungsten is there for high strength alloys and tools. Gallium is there for semiconductors. Graphite for batteries and steel. These are all I'm giving you because in prelims in the past questions have come on these exact minerals. Okay, that is why these alone I have mentioned here. And global importance, I told you again, energy transition, national security, technology development. So the supply chain, which is now with China, Australia, Congo and all, that has to change, because China is now dominating. Okay, at least 70 to 90% supply chain of the rare earth elements are with China. If you don't know what is rare earth elements, these are the rare earth elements. Okay, these revision charts also, 300 revision charts plus snippet cards you will get, everyone who has enrolled to my test series. And imagine these kind of images if you have in your phone when you are on the go, or when you are in traveling, or when you are like just standing outside the exam hall, anytime you can revise. Okay, this much charts and this thing nobody in this country is giving. How much ever you enroll to any best test series or any branded institute, this much test, this much notes, this much charts, nobody will give you. Okay, that too, that price which you can't even imagine. So come and ask in WhatsApp and enroll to it today itself. Okay, because I don't want you to miss these kind of content and later regret. Okay, because many students after they fail in prelims, they come and tell, sir, I should have ideally enrolled. Please, can you give the offer now? That time it's like the wrong timing. Okay, timing matters when you're in a goal of UPSC kind of exam. Timing matters. Every day, every minute what you decide, it matters. Okay, so this you can pause and read. This is our chart for students. I told you 97% is controlled by China. Okay, so coming back here, there is restrictions. There is like you can see even now USA will put a ban, China will put a ban, like we will not export that much, we will not import this much. So when that comes, the entire world suffers. Okay, because everybody don't have access to these things and it is actually needed in daily basis. So here again, if you see, recently you would have seen in 2023 there was a news that India found huge lithium deposit in Jammu and Kashmir, but it is underutilized because there is no much investors coming and investing, there is no technology, there is no money, and we are not able to take it out. Okay, so only 48% of the mineral blocks identified for auction has been auctioned, meaning you are identifying 48%, meaning you are identifying mineral blocks, but it's not being auctioned. Okay, without auction, then who will work on it? So that is why identification of 30 is fine, establishing this Kabil establishment is fine, but the regulatory reforms, the Mines Act which we have, that has to introduce more and more measures which can attract the private companies to come in and the foreign companies to come in. Okay, and then they have to explore all the agencies which are possible and also give something like reimbursement and all, meaning starting itself will give you this much money, something you have to tempt them, something you have to appease them that they will come and invest it. Okay, because in the early stages when investments and money, some subsidies and all is given, then they will be interested. Not like you do all the exploration, later if you get the money, then they will not be happy. Okay, so we have to update everything what we have. Okay, the Indian classification system also, if you see, globally there are some standards like G1, G2, G3, some categories and all is there, but India is not following the proper standards also. So first we have to update all the resource classification. We have to see to it that the licenses and everything is given with a more attractive feature so that the private people and the foreign people come in. Okay, they want the licenses, they want to do the mining, they want to sell it or they want to export it, that you should see to it. And also geological survey, whichever we have, is all poor quality. There's no symmetry between the government, the bidders, the international standards. That also you have to change. Okay, these are all the suggestions for changing the barriers, okay, for overcoming the barriers. So again, the same thing in a UPSC context I have put in this slide, like the fiscal incentives you have to give, geological data you have to improve, international collaboration should be there, and the policies has to be streamlined. For that, whatever points are there, the minimal way I have given so that your word limit for exam doesn't cross. Okay, that is why I'm telling you, please enroll to these daily PDF and you will learn every day. If you read, automatically you will get used to this and you yourself will write it. Okay. So the global races there, I told you, USA, Japan, EU, everybody are trying to improve the supply chain, but now they are dependent on China. So that dependence you have to reduce. Okay, India's also, I told you, there are a lot of resources, but we are not able to attract the investors there. Then Canada and Australia is doing a good job in mining work. You have to learn lessons from them. If needed, send a team there and learn, and then implement that in India as well. Okay, so this is about the critical minerals and rare earth minerals. Now in Syria, this place, this Dara district, maybe in your upcoming prelims it will come, where they are telling where the insurgency is going on. Okay, it's a district in Syria. And again, more locations in Syria, like Aleppo is an important place, which already UPSC prelims question came. Damascus is the capital. Neighboring countries, you should know, Jordan is there. Syria is touching the Mediterranean Sea. That was also a prelims question. Turkey is there. Iraq is there. Lebanon, Cyprus is an island in the Mediterranean Sea. Israel is here where all the war is happening. Here Gaza Strip and the Jerusalem is there. So every kind of minute places you have to know. If you are a UPSC aspirant, any district or any place I show on the world, you should be able to tell it correctly. Okay, that is how we know whether you are a good aspirant or not. So you can tell a surprise event happened. This group, this Hayat Tahrir Sham, that is the terrorist group involved there, and they have emerged as the new government. You can tell they have overpowered everyone, and insurgency from both North Syria and South Syria it is happening. They both have different ideologies actually, the North and South, because the South factions are a little less Islamist. Okay, but they are very strong in the local dynamics. They know the local ground and all. So they and these things, even though they are not ideologically united, they have come together. Okay. But again, there are some leaders and all. If you see STS leader, he has like not refused to attend discussions for unification. They don't want to unite the north and south, but now because they want to overpower the government there, they have reached Damascus, the capital, and the president has ran away from the city, and now they are in control of Syria. Okay, that is the general news which happened in Syria this week. So Dara, often called the cradle of Syrian uprising, meaning that place, I told you, that district is the place of uprising. Okay, so even though different ideologies there, they have come together now, and they have overpowered the government. And in 2018 also, when these kind of uprisings were happening, Russia mediated agreements were there, where they tried to make the fighters relocate to this place. Idlib, also a location, prelims important, South Syria. And all these are again coming up. All these like this now, the latest mediation, if you see also in Qatar 2024, it happened. The officials of Turkey, Russia, Iran, Arab countries, everybody came, and the agreement was reportedly made to halt whatever is happening in this another city, Homs city in Syria. And these people formally like are not agreeing, but they are participating in talks and all, and they want to avoid any further conflict in Damascus, the capital, and there should be a proper smooth transition of the government, because like you see Taliban came in Afghanistan and all, same like that, a proper transition should be there here. And the rebel factions, they are now as of now taking a wait and see approach. They don't want to immediately sign any papers, but they are just discussing and just telling that okay, we are okay for discussion, but we will take our time. Okay, again, more locations I have marked here. This is all for your prelims. Please make a note of it. And those who have PDF, don't worry, I'll give you the PDF already given. Yesterday I have given it. And these people who are the kind of only organized people, there are some internal divisions there, but still, as long as they are in power, the stability won't come. Okay, they have to have an understanding and bring a proper government there, because Syria is also an important country with marine coast and all. So if there is instability there, it will affect the entire region. Okay, so the trust factor, the division factor, everything they have to control, and they have to come back. And Syria should come out of this uncertainty. Okay, international directives also they should follow and come out of this uncertainty, and more news will come in the coming days. I will update you. Okay, so 2025 students, now 140 days left is the last chance for you to clear prelims, and 2026 there is 500 days. Enroll to these test series before the offers expire, because each day what you have to do, I will be telling here and giving you test PDF, and daily basis you will get notes PDF. So this complete process, if you do now itself, you will easily be able to clear the prelims. Okay, so WhatsApp me for any more queries. I'll wind up this video now. Thank you and have a nice day.